Hey, this is Coach Livy, writer for Queensworth, and I'm posting this video today simply because some things happened this morning that sort of pushed me to say, you know what? I think it's time to get the testimony out there in a big way. The ministry is blowing up, so thank you so much for everyone who's sharing the post, who are on there. The feedback you give me is so awesome. It's just so encouraging to keep doing what I'm doing and just to keep going. I pray that everything that I post, anything that I post, that it encourages you, it lifts you up, it continues to really see you through your day, and a lot of times even through those long nights. So thank you so much for that to all the fans and the followers of Queensworth. And the reason why I'm doing the video now, instead of doing it a year or two ago when I even started the Facebook page, was I guess sometimes you're afraid to come out and you're afraid to do things because it doesn't always look good or because it's not always the right time. But, you know, God put in my spirit, now is the time. It's time to do this thing and to do it big. It's time to do some videos, to get the word out there, to encourage some women to really keep pushing, to strive, to really reach outside of their comfort zones. Now, the event that happened this morning sort of is something that's it's been happening a lot over the last week or so. Because I made the choice to unblock the friend, some of my family. I felt like, you know what, I've been through the walk. I'm on the tail end of it. God has worked out so much in my life. Maybe it's time to try to reconnect, to try to rebuild, to try to reach out, and touch base with my family. The women I've known my whole life. Hopefully try to just love the way God tells me to love. And that was my goal in the last week and a half. But I find that a lot of the things that I've been able to avoid, I'm allowing back in by opening those doors. So this morning, I put up a post that said, God is doing so much, but I still feel like there's obstacles. I feel like I have to fight to care for my children. I have to fight for the right to care for my children against the Department of Children and Families, that I feel as if it's just so much going on. And God delivered a word to me that literally said, all things work for the good of those that love the Lord. And just to be still and let God handle it. And I posted that, and one of my family members came on the page and said, well, God helps those who helps themselves. And I literally responded with, that's not scriptural. What is scriptural to me is Psalms 46 verse 10. And it literally says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exhausted among the heathens. I will be exhausted amongst the earth, which I believe is the King James Version. And I posted that response, but I immediately blocked this family member because I felt in my spirit, I'm opening up the gate for criticism. I'm opening up the gate for you to trash talk me and expose me on my own page. And contrary to what everyone says, Facebook is not an issue. Who you let into your Facebook is an issue. Who you allow to come into your space every day is an issue. So I blocked her. I unblocked her, and less than 2 days, 3 days later, I blocked her. Because if it's up to you to come on one of my posts and tell me, well, God has those who help themselves, I need to know where you were when I was going through that walk, when I was helping myself, when I was so deep in my sin that I didn't know how to get out, when I was asking God, where are you? You told me to do this. You told me to be here. I didn't see any of you encouraging me and praying for me. I didn't see any of you reaching out and saying, hey, are you safe? Where are you? How are you doing? When are you coming back? When will this walk be over? God had you in the palm of his hands. That wasn't family that was doing it. It was complete strangers that were rooting for me, encouraging me, and pushing me forward. So this first video, I'm going to really dedicate this video to you and saying, keep pushing, keep praying, keep going. Do not listen to anyone who is not on a level where God is taking you. Do not listen to anyone who is not on the level where God is taking you. You may have had a trashed up past. You might have been on top and fell to the bottom, and you think, well, at this point, this is the cards I was dealt, and I just have to stay here. But God is so much greater than these circumstances that we get ourselves stuck in because we don't believe in him, because we want to handle it on our own, or because we're going to try to help ourselves and maybe God to do something for us. That's the kind of mentality that keeps people bound. It keeps you stuck in the same situations year after year after year. It's trying to piecemeal God. Well, I'm going to do what I can do, and I'm going to handle it all. And then, after that, I'm just going to let God handle what he can handle. God doesn't need your help to change everything about your situation. He can do it in a moment. What he needs you to do is be obedient. So through all of this, after a year of my children being in foster care, after a year of me walking alone, being on a walk where I had to keep saying, I'm going to trust God. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to give up. And even in the compromising, saying, God, I know I'm worth so much more than this. I'm going to keep believing in you. I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to keep focusing on this ministry. I'm going to keep encouraging women. I'm going to keep praying. Because even in all of this, God, I know I'm not perfect. I know that there's a plan, and I'm going to trust you anyway. Is where I've been at. And nothing that anyone says can make me go back to the woman that said, I handled it all on my own. I did this. I did the work. I handled that. I paid the bills. I paid for the insurance. I paid for the car notes. I did this for him, and I did that for them. I'm so far beyond me that it don't even matter. I do not matter. Everything that I am does not matter if I'm not putting God at the forefront. It's irrelevant. For this, I'm making this video to let you know that God has not forgotten about you. He still loves you. He is still there. He has not gone anywhere. That struggle that you've been in for so long that no one cared to check up on and to see how you're doing, and people are just living their life as if you just stop being relevant when you stop being able to give them something. Just know that the God you serve has not forgotten about you. After all that I've been through, God is shutting the doors that no man can open and opening the doors that no man can close. The man that I prayed would be there and start helping me with the babies that we had has completely turned it around. He's gotten the help he needed to get my children situated. My children are no longer in foster care. They are home. He has literally, the man that I prayed would do this, that I prayed that God would, really get right, I had to let go and stop trying to get him right myself. It's not my job to grow a man. It's not my job to please anyone on this earth. It's not my job to go behind a dollar bill hoping that maybe I'll get ahead one day. No, it's my job to be obedient to God, to trust God, to know that there's a plan for my life, and to walk in the purpose he set for me on this earth. Hence, of Queen's Worth. It was born over 2 years ago, and it's now just getting its running legs. And I'm not going to continue to live small and to play in fear. So I'm encouraging you that whatever you are doing, whatever walk you're in, even if it seems like you forgot about those dreams, that you put them down because life got too heavy, just know that God is telling you to pick it back up, because I will carry the burdens, but I need you to do this. God is telling you to do something, and whatever it is he told you to do, I need you to pick it up. Because he is a God that fulfills his word. His promises will not come back void. He's going to continue to bless you even when no one else understands why you're getting blessed. Even when no one else believes that you deserve it because you didn't struggle and you didn't work and you didn't earn the right to be wherever he's taking you. I need you to pick up what he told you to pick up and put down everything you took up on your own. The word told you to pick it up. I need you to put it down. Because God is not playing in this season. He is finishing some things. He is finishing the walks. He is finishing the struggle. He's taking you into new seasons. But if you're not ready to walk into the new season, if you get stuck on what everyone else is telling you you need to get stuck on, and what everyone else is telling you you got the right to do, and what every piece of paper is saying that you are rejected and denied and that you're not worthy of this, that, and the other, God has already given you a name. He's already told you what to do. He's already claimed the victory for you. He's just waiting on you to step forward and say, God, I believe in you, not in my circumstances. I believe in you, not in everyone who says I need to do what I need to do for myself. Forget all of that. I'm here to encourage you. I know it's a little long. I'm going to close the video now. I'm so sorry. Thank you for sticking with me, anyone who watched all the way to the end. But God is saying in this season to believe in me, to trust in me, to keep pushing, keep pressing that last little bit, because I know it's been a long time. It's been forever for so many people. It's been forever for me. But I did not stop. I stayed faithful through it all. I did not stop. Just listening, God, what do you want me to do? What do you have me to say? What word do you have me to deliver? What do you have me to say to someone who is going through and whose husband left them with children that they can't take care of on their own? What do you have me to say, Lord God? Because that is my job. This is the assignment you gave me. And I trusted him in it, and he is working it out for my good. He is going to work it out for my good, and I'm not going to get distracted behind everything that people says I need to get distracted behind. I need you to have the same mentality. I encourage you. I am praying for you in the name of Jesus, that you know that you are his daughter, that he is your king, that you were meant for so much more than the struggle, that you are meant for so much more than staying where you were, that what happened in your past is your past. You don't live back there anymore, that you are the woman that God is making you, and that where you are is not where you're going to stay. He's taking you so much higher. He's taking you so much higher, but you just got to believe him. You got to press. It's not always going to be easy to press when you're following God. The word ain't going to make it easy. Family, sometimes they ain't going to make it easy. The people that you trusted for so long, they're not going to make it easy. They're going to discourage you from doing it because they're not going to understand. It doesn't mean they don't love you. Let me get that right. They may love you, but they do not understand what God is telling you to do. So just keep going. Keep pressing. Keep moving forward. Block whoever you need to block. I'm just being real with it. You know, it ain't being nasty. It ain't being mean. It's taking care of you and your mental health. Block whoever you need to block. Close them doors. Stop trying to bang on the doors that God has closed in your life. Leave them alone. Leave him, her, them. Leave them alone. Because if God wanted them in your life, they will be there. You won't have to beg for someone to be in your life that God has made for you. They will jump into your path and say, I'm here. I'm with you. I'm not going to leave you, because what God gives you, he gives you without trouble. He gives you wholeheartedly. It is the blessing that you've been praying for. It's a blessing that you always needed. It's a blessing you didn't even know you needed when God gives it to you. Don't listen to anything or anyone else who's not on a level where God is taking you. And that's where this first video, it was long. Thank you for sticking with me. Please subscribe. Please share the video. Encourage another woman to know that God has not forgotten about her. He is still there. He is still blessing. He is still encouraging and breaking chains and moving people forward into new destinies. The God of Abraham and Jacob and Mary and Ruth. Those gods. No, that God. That only God. He still exists. Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that he is God. He will be exalted among the heathen. He will be exalted among the earth. It will not return void. That's his word. Thank you. That is my word for the day. And God bless you. God loves you, and I love you too.